You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go!
I do want to ask you about the whole Goodz thing, right?
Uh-huh.
And it seems to be you were the first one who said something.
No.
From what I was told,
this was, and call it what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they like to say, I'm emotional. I'm very big on loyalty and the standards of friendship or even associations. Because it might not be a friendship, it might be an association, but within that association there should be respect.
Okay.
Right? Goodz made a statement on something that I felt like someone who had respect for me would not have done.
What was the statement?
The statement was when that whole Kiki shit was going on, being that he's known me from before I battled T-Rex. Think about that.
Okay.
To sit in front of a camera and say, I don't know what's going on. I felt like, if you felt like that, one, you could have pick up the phone and found out what the fuck was going on.
Was he asked the question, or you just saying he just...
Either way.
Okay.
Same way that people opt out of certain things and be like, no, I don't want to talk about that. And you never ask that question to people, even though people were dropping bars about it, battle after battle after battle after battle. You didn't ask that question.
And never will.
So I just find like, through my experiences with being around Goodz, he doesn't have that much respect for the associations that he has. So that was the first straw.
Okay, now before we move on, right?
Yeah.
Just not sticking up for him or disagreeing or agreeing with you, but what was it he said?
He said, I don't know who's telling the truth.
Oh, he said, I don't know. Now, let me ask you this, right? You really can't be mad at anybody when two people say, like, somebody says this and somebody says that, but just saying...
Technically.
Okay.
Technically, you shouldn't be mad.
Right.
Would you feel a way about heavy bags, or well, maybe you got a different type of relationship. But let's just say somebody that, you know, you've been in their house, they've been in your house, you know what I'm saying? You talk personal things with that person, they talk personal things with you. You know, you have a rapport built up over the years. It wouldn't throw you a little bit that person wouldn't just opt to say nothing if he felt like that.
Okay, so you saying, okay, I got you.
How does it look to fans that have been watching since the beginning and see me and you in a shop doing freestyles before people knew who he was? You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say he wasn't known, but when I was more known than he was, doing freestyles in the shop, going to the studio, doing songs for his projects. They see these years of interactions and then see that. It's like, it puts a real question mark on the situation. When I felt like there shouldn't have been a question mark
that was the
between
setup.
Anybody who knows me. Anyone who's had a lengthful interaction with me. And he says, I don't put nothing past nobody. That is something that in court, I would be like, when I leave this courtroom, we're gonna do something to this guy because he's up here pretty much making shit look terrible. You feel me? And I just felt like after all these years of interactions, you should have just kept your mouth closed. But he didn't, because there's a certain what's the word? Inconsideration for the people that he associates with. And I just decided, nah, I wasn't feeling that. That was the first straw. The second straw was, I just made a comment on Goodz battling Geechee. About Geechee, a person who's been blocked from me battling twice. And then Goodz, someone who was in talks with ARP to battle me, even though he made it seem like it was text messages, but it was a bunch of phone calls behind that. And I said, look at this, ain't this funny? And then he ran off with this whole ice cold thing, like, And it was just text messages. So I'm like, okay, you can't keep it real to save your life.
So he said something. You never said nothing publicly after that?
What?
After he said, I wouldn't put anything past anybody?
No, because it was just like a noted.
Okay.
You feel me? Leave it right there. Said nothing about it. Then I was watching, what event was it? I think it was the Kings versus Queens. And I saw the announcement go up for Geechee and Goodz. Mm-hmm. And I was like, ain't that funny? We were just trying to negotiate that, and that's all I said. I mean, I might have said ducking or some shit like that, but I didn't say a nigga was trash. I ain't say a nigga, yo, you cold, nobody cares. I didn't do all that shit. I felt like that was an emotional response. Mm-hmm. Like, because you're saying shit that don't make sense. You feel me? Like, as much as people would like to, if you don't like me, you know, you would like to downplay the things that I'm doing.
It's normal.
It's cool.
Right.
But realistically, they have a larger effect on more people that appreciate it. You feel me? But, you know, people will steer their audience the way they see fit. It is what it is.
How close were you and Goodz when he said that? And if y'all were you close enough to call him like, yo, motherfucker, fuck you say some shit like that for?
At a moment like that, I'm not calling nobody. I'm just sitting back and watching. See, the thing that people don't know about me is they make it seem like I have these emotional outbursts. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of times where I'm just watching people like, noted, keep it moving. Oh, noted, keep it moving. I just adjust myself to how people move.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
That's how I've always saw you, right? Now, hold up, I'm not done,
continue,
right?
Continue.
That's how I've always saw you, but when you started to read between the lines, you know, I started seeing more of you, a different side that I'm not used to seeing in Math Hoffa, where as though, you know, you publicly addressing a lot. It's like there was a lot of times there was shit would happen, and I might want to do an interview with you, like, yeah, but I don't want to talk about that shit.
I learned my lesson.
So now
I learned my lesson.
Learn your lesson about what? Not talking about it?
Yes, because a lie told enough times becomes the truth. And there was a lot of times I let the lie live.
Okay.
And then when it was time for me to come back and do whatever I had to do, this lie was still lingering. And people was like, oh yeah, it's in the Bible right here, Genesis 1:15, you know what I mean? And I'm like, but that shit was never true.
Right.
I should have said something. That's part of why I started the show.
I say that all the time, you know, when I try to do interviews with y'all, they be like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, yeah, but if you don't talk about it, they're going to create their own narrative.
I be calling Briz, and I be telling Briz, like, yo, bro, you need to tell your story, bro.
Yeah, they'll create their own narrative.
Or somebody else will create one for you.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be out there.
Stick. Yeah. That's a fact.
So with Read Between the Lines, it gives me the opportunity that when somebody jump out the window and say some stupid shit, I can come back, hit them with the facts, and then say whatever the fuck I want to say after that. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't have to go through that dumb shit.
So what happened is you went from being this ice cold motherfucker, Math Hoffa, you know, to now you on there and you actually addressing things. So that's where the people see or look at it like an emotional reaction, because they're not used to seeing you talk about shit publicly like that. If that is or doesn't make sense to you, because that's how I look at it. Like I say, for knowing you for as long as I know you, it's like I don't know him to get on there.
People are gonna, depending on how you feel about me, people, you don't see things as it is. You see things as you are.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
So if you view me as this, no matter what I do, I could put up me in a school full of kids, getting them to chant that they're gonna win. Nobody's gonna talk about that. Niggas ain't gonna commit that to memory. They're just gonna come back with the same, this is who I think you are. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I could do charities, I could do this, I could do that. If they feel that way, they can feel that way. But there's a lot of fans that I have now that I talk to, that I've cultivated my own, who know what it is. So the difference is now, when people say things about me, you'll see fans going over there like, this is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. He just ducking or whatever, because they've gotten to know me.
Right.
So they're like, oh nah, he ain't tripping. You motherfuckers been tripping for years. You feel me? It's what it is.
I'm glad I had this conversation with you. You know, because me as a Math Hoffa fan, I've always, like I say, I look at you one way, and then you started doing blogs and you became media. You know, it's like, damn, that's a different Math. That's not the Math that I'm used to, you know, seeing. Right. But I understand you, that you said, fuck that, you know, I'm going to create my own.
Yeah, I'm going to create my own shit. And when you motherfuckers jump out the window and say stupid shit about me, one, I'm going to get paid off your stupid ass. And two, no, I'm not going to let none of that shit live no more. Nah. You're not going to be out there telling your little bullshit stories about me and motherfuckers who just, oh, Matt, who's Matt? Matt, oh, we're supposed to hate him? That's what they say. Okay, we're supposed to hate him. We're supposed to hate him. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like corny shit like that. Like,
well, that's battle rap though, right? Like,
no, it's not.
No, well, I'm sorry. That's
not on my channel.
That's social media.
It's not on my channel.
That shit. Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else. It's not on my channel. We got snipers on my channel. You come over here talking some dumb shit, you gonna get sniped. That's a fact. Shout out to all my read between the line gunners. Come in my chat talking some dumb shit. See what happens. Wow! Sometimes I don't even get to see it. It comes up.
That's the plan.
Blocked. I'm like, yes. My shooters is working. My shooters is working. Word. Jay Showtime. Kate Asia. Perp. Just me. I got mad shooters. Mad people I haven't met. You know what I'm saying? But they just been rocking with me from when I started going live at the beginning of quarantine. Because, you know, everybody was in the house. Somebody wasn't doing shit. I was like, yo, let me just hang out with the fans a couple hours a night. And it just developed into like a whole family. You know what I mean? Truce the Poet. Who else? I got mad snipers, yo. If I missed anybody, just hit me up on the next read between the lines. I'll give you a shout out, man. But it's like a whole family of us now. That even with the Friday night fights, like we got a whole chat full of battlers that even though I tell them, yo, save this shit for the tournament, these motherfuckers just be battling all day long. And sometimes I get called out and I gotta jump in. You know what I'm saying? Math Hoffa versus K Asia. That's on my channel right now. But, you know, we have a family over here. We don't go for gossip, drama, bullshit, shit that's not factual, shit that's not real. We don't do that on my channel. There's plenty of other channels you can go to and do shit like that. We don't do that.
Sometimes you mention shit on your channel and I be like, why is he mentioning that on his channel? So again, it's all opinionated, right? It's like,
no, it's not. Some of it is maliciously planned out or maliciously said. You feel what I'm saying?
What you say?
No. Some of the things that other people say on their channels, it's just malicious. Ain't no fact behind it. It's just, I don't like him. I'm just gonna say some dumb shit. You feel me?
Right. Well, you used to that.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Yeah. I've been a headline. During the past 3 weeks, it's probably been like 700 blogs on me.
700 blogs on you?
700.
You're getting popular. Get used to being popular. I know you're not used to it.
Getting used to it. There's some perks to
so,
it.
Last thing.
Some perks to it.
When will we see Math again in the ring? Hopefully you haven't been consumed with the my expert opinion and the read between the lines and the Friday night fights and Legends Only and all of that.
Movies, shooting videos, Justin Project about to drop soon. I got a lot of things on my plate right now.
I can see. Will we see you battle?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Is it still in you?
Hell
pause.
Yeah.
That's a pause?
Yeah,
okay, all right. Just want to make sure I catch it before I go crazy.
See, you said pause, so I'ma chill. Niggas be fucking up. When you say pause, that means I caught it, nigga.
Right.
Caught it. Don't overreact. I caught it.
Right.
Some of these niggas, that was crazy. Like, come on. I said pause, my nigga. Let it go. But, yeah, most likely you will see me. But when you see me, you know, when it happens, it just happens.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.